الأبد إلى الأبد رحمته هاليلويا.
كل الأمم أحاطت بي وباسم الرب قهرتها. هاليلويا.
فإن إلى الأبد إلى الأبد رحمته هاليلويا.
معونتي من عند الرب صانع السماء والأرض. هاليلويا.
فإن إلى الأبد إلى الأبد رحمته.
Hallelujah. Peace of the Lord to all of you. I hope my voice is coming good and clear. Please invite your friends. And today our topic is very important and you need to take some notes. You know, we hear Muslims speaking about monotheism. And one of the biggest claim Muslims they have, or Mohammedans, that they are monotheist. But the second you start reading the names of the so-called God of Islam, you will notice that those names does not fit with monotheism. And they are silly and stupid, and they are not even good to be used by kids. Like, you know, if you ask me, you want to give yourself a great name. Am I going to call myself Akbar? That will be the most silly, stupid thing, especially if you speak Arabic. So, what does Akbar mean? I'm going to open my Skype, and I will show you if any Muslim, doesn't matter how big, how small they are. It doesn't matter how long their beard, how short their beard. They cannot even answer why in the world they have such a stupid name. It is an official stupid name. Prove me wrong. My Skype is open, so don't waste your time if you are a Mohammedan. You can text me and I will call you immediately. And if you can show us that this is not a pagan stupid name, you will be my hero. What Akbar mean? Why Muslims they say Allahu Akbar? What the heck does that mean? In Arabic, Akbar means bigger. Have you ever heard of somebody? He called his God bigger. The smart Mohammedan, they try to fix it, so they say to you, oh, it means greater. Well, that even more stupid. Why? Because if you Muslim believe in monotheism as and one person, you see, if you are a Christian and like Jesus says, my God, my Father is greater than I. Well, he is divine, the Father is divine, from the same kind. You know, like I can say, this mountain is greater than this mountain, no problem. This mountain is bigger than this mountain. This mountain is smaller than that. They have to be mountains. We don't say this apple bigger than this elephant. Let us say we have a massive apple. The apple is an apple and the elephant is an elephant. So when they say that this is meaning greater, that's a big fat lie. In fact, we have the proof of the opposite from the Quran. Do we have any Muhammadan would like to join us? If you are a Muhammadan, you would like to join us and prove us wrong. That when you say Allah is Akbar, you don't mean something stupid, you mean something smart. Otherwise, we can prove easy, you know. So I will give you the Muhammadan, I will give you a chance to prove us wrong. Now we will go to a Muslim article and see what the Muslim they say. I search in Google. The first one came to my way is this one. Allah Akbar, a short study of its meaning. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Even, you know, like look at this. There is a God, when he speaks, he say in the name of Allah. Like here, it's the guy saying that, no problem. But in the Quran, you will find that Allah saying in the name of Allah. Okay, who's talking? Allah. Imagine I go live and I say in the name of a Christian prince. That doesn't make any sense if you are a Christian prince. But if you are a person who speak in the name of someone, you say in the name of etc., in the name of the queen, in the name of the king. Like you present or represent somebody. But God, he himself, he say, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Later we can find you that Muhammad, he stole this from somewhere else, as usual. But let us focus today in the topic. Akbar. Here, the one who made this article, supposedly he knew Arabic. So he said Ism Tafdil. What Ism Tafdil mean? You know, and he is saying to you in English, as a concept exists in the English language. In English, adjectives as this describing word may either be structured as comparative or superlative. Okay. Which one we have? And he is giving you an example. As an example, you say smart, and then you say smarter, and then you say smartest. Anyone notice with me how big the poo-poo is already? Guys, did you notice with me how big the poo-poo? We use a smart, and then we use a smarter if we are comparing between two from the same kind. And if you are trying to say to us that Allah is bigger, will he have to be bigger for something from the same kind? And this is against monotheism, the one you Muslim preach. You Muslim, you claim there's no other person, there's only Allah. So if there is two divine in Islam, they present one divine, like in Christianity, like Trinity, God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. I can say, okay, this person, he is saying the other person is greater than him, but both are divine. But in Islam, there is no first person and second person and third person. There is only one person. That's Allah. So what do you mean smarter and smartest? You're comparing your God Allah to who? And then they continue saying, Akbar is an ism tafdil. Okay, what does that mean? Akbar in the linguist come from tara, what? Terror, root, kaf, ba, ra, which donates a meaning of a greatness. That's stupid. What are you talking about? What kaf? Where is the, okay, hold on. Where is the word kaf and where is the ba and where is the ra? If you are talking about letters, well, there is no roots. What roots? Those are letters. The whole word is letters. There's no roots. So look what they do. Kaf. He took don't you say Akbar? So he is taking you to the original word. Kabara. Kabara. Kabara mean he become big. What kind of God? We have a Muslim saying, Yusuf, he's saying, why you are attacking Islam? But Jesus says, my father is greater than I. Well, here we go. It's what we are saying. In Christianity, we have the Trinity. You Muslims, you are comparing who to who? The Messiah who compared himself to the Father because he is coming in a humble way as a human being. So he said, my father is greater than I. Divine, speaking about divine. So Allah is Akbar from who? Do you have other divines? What they don't tell you here in this article, that in order to compare, we have to compare between two from the same kind. And this is in all languages in the world, not only in Arabic. If I say smarter, that means it's a relative to something else. Doesn't mean you are really smart, by the way. Like I can say this stupid guy is smarter than the other stupid guy. but doesn't mean any of them is smart. And the word Akbar in Arabic mean bigger, not greater. Yusuf saying to me, you admit that God greater than God? No, this is not what Jesus said. Jesus says, my Father is greater than I because he is coming in the form of a human being. This is what the Bible says. He humbled himself. He came in the form of a man. Otherwise, because of the form and the format, this is the only reason Jesus, he mentioned it. But in the case of Islam, you admit, you Muslims, that when you say Allah is a greater, you are comparing him to who? If the word Akbar means greater, which is false, Akbar means bigger. You are comparing Allah to who? I challenge any Muhammadan to tell us they are comparing Allah to who? Yeah, the word Akbar means bigger. We can prove it in 2 seconds. We can go to the Quran. If you remember the story where, by the way, Muhammad even did not know how to call the name Abraham correctly. So one he called him Ibrahim and one he called him Abraham. You know, stupid prophet. So the Muslim, they try to fix it. But here you see, when Abraham, he saw the sun, he said, هذا ربي هذا أكبر. Chapter 6, verse number 78. So according to the Muhammadan, Abraham was a sun worshipper, moon worshipper, star worshippers. However, when he saw the sun, he said, this is my God, this is bigger, not the greatest. You see the liar? Here we go. This is the Arabic in front of you. There is no greater. What a greater? Greater in what? The sun is a greater? The sun is not a greater. فلما رأى الشمس باذغة قال هذا ربي هذا أكبر. You see the word Akbar? Here we go. This is the word you see everywhere when the Muslims they say Allahu Akbar. So according to the Quran, Abraham was a pagan man and he worshipped many gods in the sky. When he saw the sun rising, he said, this is my God, this is Akbar. Now, if we ask the Muslims, Abraham is comparing the sun to who, calling it Akbar. Who is a Muslim can help us? Who is a Muhammadan from the black kissing stone religion can tell us Abraham comparing the sun to who? Any Muhammadan? Yusuf, why you don't call me? Wallah, you will look so dumb if I ask my sheikh to debate you. You make no sense. Okay, why you don't ask your sheikh to debate me? So you see millions of people listen to me and learn and they leave Islam. And you are your majesty, wallahi? Wallahi? So your sheikh, if he debate me, he will prove that I am make no sense and I will look so dumb. So why you don't do it? Call me. Wallahi. You sound like a homo, you know. Actually, all of you Muslim, when you say the wallahi, you sound like, you know, this is a real man. He would not say this wallahi. We know in the Middle East we use the word wallahi. So Mr. Wallahi, if you are a man and you have testicles, call me. Wallahi. I accuse you that you are the same as your prophet. You have no testicles. This is why he pee like a woman and he could not have kids. However, your God in the Quran, he thinks that the sperm is coming from the backbone. If you read carefully with me here, you go back to the verse before it, you will see he saw the moon. He said, this is my God. If you go to the verse before it, he saw a planet or a star, according to the Muslims. He said, this is my Lord. So we have a three object. Abraham, he switched from the first one, worshipping a star, to worshipping the moon, to worshipping the sun. And the son is the one who called it Akbar. But if we look carefully, he is comparing between three objects in the sky: the moon, a sun, and a star. So we can say, generally speaking, as a language, they are from the same kind, especially at that time. They don't know even what the moon is. They don't know what the sun is. They do not know what a star is. They just call it a star. They don't know what the star is made of. All what they say is just a shiny thing in the sky. So Abraham, when he compare, he used the word Akbar to compare between three objects on the space, and all of them, they are not living object. Are you with me, guys? Are we following? Are we learning? In the top of that, the word Akbar is a false translation when they say greatest. You know, just to show you how stupid they are. Isn't it in the article they say smarter, smarter? This is not the greatest. This is bigger, not biggest. Remember, Akbar does not mean biggest. Akbar means bigger. Bigger. So why Abraham, he switched from the first one to the second one to the third one? Why the third one is his favorite? Because it's bigger. And here you will notice something very stupid in the story. Each time Abraham, he worshiped one of them, this one disappeared. So Abraham, he says, you know, I'm not going to worship something he said. What the heck? Look like Abraham. He had a girlfriend, she was one night stand. He met her only at night. When the morning came, he noticed she disappeared. The same for the second object, the moon. As you see here, he switched from the first God to the second God to the third God for very one reason. They do not stay. They disappear, brother. So when the moon set, he said, unless my Allah guide me. And then when he saw the sun rising, and here we need to ask ourselves, like, is it possible that Abraham never saw the sun before? What do you mean when he saw the sun rising? Like, did this guy Abraham, he was inside a, you know, like a container, and he put his head out first day at night, and then he go back before the sun rise, and second night the same. I mean, this guy now is a man. He spent his life, he saw the sun disappearing many times, millions of times, the moon, the stars. What this is about? It's just a stupid story. But what is important for us here in the story, Abraham, he worshipped the sun, calling it Akbar. If you do a little study, you will find that the sun was called Akbar. One of the names of the sun is Akbar. There is two major gods in the Arabian Peninsula, or let us say in the world. People who live in a cold area, they worship the sun god. And that sun god has many names, depending on the location and the language. So the sun god is Akbar. The moon god is Lah. So when Islam came, Islam called for monotheism, which means to join the moon god with the sun god, and that make them Allahu Akbar. You see, it's not Allah Akbar, it's Allahu Akbar. Hu is a waw, which means and. And. But if we focus now with the false translation the Muslims they are giving us, that Allah is the greater, or, you know, as they use it. Greater than who? The moon god is called La, not another name. La only. La. This is why if you go in the Quran, from the first chapter, chapter 1, it says Alhamdulillah. You will notice that in verse number 2, the word Allah change. For those who don't speak Arabic, they will not notice the difference. But for those who speak Arabic, they will notice it right away. So here you will notice, let us use some pen. Here, in this one here, there is no letter. Oh, this is very thick. Hold on. Let us use a thin pen. We need something very thin. Very thin. Let us zoom in a little bit so you guys can see better. Here, before the word Allah, there's no alif. Alif, which means A. So I will draw the alif there in front of you. Oh, it's coming horrible because I'm using the mouse. Sorry. Let me use a straight line. Give me a second. Line, all right. So here, to guarantee it's going to come straight, here there's an alif. It appears in the word Allah in the top. You will see it here, the first letter. Let me draw underneath of it. You see it? In the second Allah, there is no alif. Why? Because simply al in the Arabic language today mean the. But in the old language, which is where the word came from, al is the word God. And this is, by the way, the same in the Aramaic, the same as in the Hebrew. As an example, like when we say Emmanuel, it was not Emmanuel in the old Hebrew, it was Emmanuel, al. So God is with us. So the letter al, two of them, they made the word God, and that is at the end of the word, that make it God is with us. By the time the Hebrew changed and became Emmanuel, which means el. This is why you see some names like Daniel, al. The name belonged to God. So the name Allah is an ancient name. Contain two words. Al, which is God. La is the name of the God. This is why here we see, if we write the word, if we type the word, Alhamdulillah, if we type the letters, so here you will notice it says Lillah, Li-lah, Li-lah. If we connect them together, that would make this Lillah. You see it? Li, it can be used as two. So Alhamdu to lah. And this is what it is here. This is why, you see, you cannot take letters from a name. If the name is Allah, you cannot take letters, you cannot add letters, that's it. Like, if the name Muhammad, we cannot take M off. We cannot. We can take only what it's not from the name. Here we notice that the name is missing some stuff. Why? Because simply this is not part of it, so we can take them off, those letters. So, Lillah, Alhamdu, which means praise or thanks. Lillah, which means to the God La. In the same time, why you could not find it? Just type the moon god. You will find the word sin. The word, the name of the moon god. I don't understand why somebody would say to me he could not find that the moon god is La. Why? It take 2 seconds. Like, do you have a Google better than my Google or less than my Google? If I go right now and I type moon god, name or names, you will find that there's many names. And one of them is La. So why you could not find it? Well, hold on, I'm typing in Arabic, sorry. You know, sometimes my keyboard did not switch. So, oh, it's not switching. Come on. All right. You know, this word, Yah is a word meaning God. La is the name for the God. And this is why we see in the Quran the word Yah and other name for the moon god, which is what? Yasin. So if you go to chapter 36, verse number 1 in the Quran, you will find it says Yasin. Yah is a word mean God. Sin is the name of the God. If you go right now, type the word sin, like the same word in English, sin, you will find that sin mean the moon god. Even in English today, when you say, oh, don't do that, it's sin, because this is from the pagan time where people used to worship the moon god. Don't do that, this is sin. So this is the Quran, yeah, sin. Do you see it? If you ask the Muslim what this is mean, they say Allah knows best what it's meant, because Muhammad is copying names from the other religions. Yeah is a word meaning God. Sin is the name of the God. And then, if we click at interpretation, you will see how funny Islam is. The Muslim, they will say, we do not know what this is mean. Hold on, it's taking us to verse, we're going to take it to verse number 1. Give us a second. Just to show you how stupid this cult is. Their scholars themselves do not know what this means. Look at this. Look at the interpretation of the big testicle scholar at Jalalain. He says, Yasin, Allah knows best what he means by these letters. Do you see it? Do you see it? Why they don't know? Because simply this is an Aramaic language. Ya is a word meaning God. And by the way, the same word Ya used in Egyptian language. Ya is the word God. Sin is the name of the God, which is the moon god. It's not clear for you guys? You are saying to me, zoom out. I mean, okay, hold on. All right, I understand. You know, sometimes the ratio make a problem. Okay. All right, now you should be able to see it. Right? I think now you should be able to see it. But I'm just trying to show you the, you know, it says clearly that this is the Muslim interpretation, and this is the official government website of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. If you go down here, it says Ahlul Bayt Institute, Ahlul Bayt, which means the family of Muhammad, the scumbag of the Islamic thought Amman. So this is a website owned by the King of Jordan himself, the one who wear high heels to get taller. So Yasin, suddenly it's appearing here, and Muslims do not know what it's meant. Why? Because all the names Muslims they have in their books, they are stolen from somebody else. Like you ask them what Isa mean, they don't know. Okay, what Abraham mean, they don't know. Okay, what Jibreel mean, they don't know. What Allah mean, they do not know. If you check right now what Allah mean, they will give you funny answers. I mean, they say to you is diverted from the word ilah, which is false, because if it's diverted from the word ilah, well, you cannot even use it as a name then. Is it a name? Or it's just a word meaning God? Ilah, il. You see, ilah is not even a word. Il is the word mean God. The sound is just a sound like for a music purpose. It's not even part of the name. So it's a cult stolen out of cults. Names stolen from other belief. Not a single Muslim knows what Gabriel means. This is the most important angel. They don't know what that means. What Gabriel means? Ask them. They don't know. Because this is the name stolen from other belief. Islam is just a collection of other religion. Muhammad is just a fraud. He himself, he have no idea. This is why when they ask him, what the heck is this? He says, Allah knows best. And when a Muslim, he tried to be smart, look what they say. I will show you another interpretation. This is Tafsir al-Jalalayn, so I will switch to Tafsir al-Miqbasi ibn Abbas, the cousin of Muhammad. Here they say, this is a Syriac word meaning human, which is false. But here you see that they are admitting that their God speaking to the Arab using Syriac. Are you with me? But the Quran keeps saying that this is a pure Arabic book. There's tons of verses in the Quran, in the stupid book, the Quran. It keeps saying we made this book a pure Arabic. If I go right now here in the search engine, and I will type in the front of you in the screen the word Arabic, Arabi. Let us type it. Let us go here so you can see what I'm typing. Typing English. So we are, okay, hold on. We type it here. Arabi. All of this coming for the word Arabi. What the Quran says, إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَاهُ قُرْآنًا عَرَبِيًّا لَعَلَّكُمْ تَعْقِلُونَ. We send this book in a clear Arabic so you might understand. And then we find the interpretation saying this is Aramaic word. So did he send the book in Arabic really? And how they will learn wisdom if they do not know Aramaic? Isn't it the God of Islam, he says, we never send a messenger except in the tongue of his own people? Is the Aramaic is the tongue of Muhammad? Any Muhammadan? Can you read Luke? Okay, what about you call me and we read the Quran and we read Luke together? What do you want to do that? Look, this is one of the things about the Muslims. The Muslim is somebody, he have a pimple in his anus. We try to convince him to sit down to debate us. What he do? He jump like a monkey. Can you read Luke? I challenge you to read Luke. You are running away from, like we are talking about the Quran. Okay, my friend, call me and I will read Luke for you. However, you cannot avoid what we are asking you to read. Let us see who is going to run away. Is that fair, guys? I promise you, Faiso, your name is Faiso. In Arabic, Faiso means a fort. Mr. Faiso, Mr. Fort, do you dare to call me and ask me to read Luke, and I will read it, and dare to answer me about what I am saying about your book? You will not. Is that correct, people? They are potatoes. This is the religion of the potatoes. They have no idea they are worshiping what, who, and the only way to get away to say, change the topic. Read for us, Luke. No problem. We will read for you all of Luke. Potato. Do you even dare to read Luke? You potato. All of you are potatoes. Your God is potato. Your God, according to your religion, he sent a book to someone who do not know how to read. And now we have all kind of fairy tales in the Quran made by someone who cannot read what he is saying. People wrote it down supposedly. Hey Muhammad, where we can find Gog and Magog? There is a dam, the guy. Okay, who is this guy Zul Qarnayn, the guy with the two horn? He was a cow? Oh no, they did beat him in his head first time because he invited them to Islam, and he have a horn like boing boing like in the cartoon. And then he came back to the people and he warned them and he hit them again with the hammer in his head, and this is why he got the two horn. This is the guy you want to read for me? Do you dare to call us? You don't. Potato. So the Muslims, when they speak about monotheism, what they have in their Quran doesn't fit with monotheism. They have a moon god. They are comparing their God to who? If your God is monotheist and there's no other person, like you don't believe in Trinity, so you are comparing your God to who? To a chicken? To me? Isn't it this is an insult to compare your God to anything created by him? How Allah can be called Akbar, which means bigger. Same time, based on the Quran, Allah is not bigger, Allah is so small. How we know that Allah is so small? Why you don't read first, then I can call? Well, I will read first, but call me first, I will start reading, no problem. Is that fair, guys? Guys, why you don't read first? Call me. Potato. And let me ask you a question. Are you ashamed of your religion trying to change the topic? Are we talking about, like, do you see the title says Luke 4? Hey, Muslims, do you see why Islam is so stupid? Do you see why we Christians, especially the Arab Christian, we die laughing at your religion? This potato cannot read his book. He cannot explain his book. He cannot answer from his book. So now he tried to change the topic. Can you read for me? And then I will call. Huh? Potato. Potato. The religions of potato. All of you are a bunch of potatoes. Your God is a potato. Your prophet is a potato. People who cannot explain their own cult, they cannot be following any God. I never heard of such a stupid religion like this, where you cannot find an answer for anything. Yet this religion claim that we made the book in Arabic for you so you might understand. And then we read it in Arabic. Okay, what about we read it in English too? Still you cannot understand. Why? Because it's written by an idiot. Literally. Hello? Hello?
Hello,
Yeah,
how are you?
I'm fine, I'm fine. You are the one who speak Arabic, but you cannot read it, right?
Okay. I said how are you? Let's let's
No,
let's have a decent
yeah, but you
conversation. How is
always you
it?
call me, and you are an embarrassment to your religion. You never answer anything. You claim, well, listen, if you cannot even be honest about yourself being able to read Arabic or not, how I can even respect you? So let us repeat what we said. I
Hold
gave you
on.
before,
Hold
last
on.
time you called
Hold
me.
on.
I
Hold
put in
on.
the screen, I
One
put
at a
in the
time.
screen,
Hold
hold
on.
on. I put in the
Hold on.
screen a statement and you wanted me, you said you can read it. And I asked you to read it. Did you read it? No. How many
I
times I
told
asked you
you
to, how
what
many
what I
times?
told you.
Uh-huh.
What I told you. I gave you my valuable reason that there's people online, and I know you're doing it for the people.
They are what?
They
They are
will
what?
understand if you transfer in English.
You
Okay,
know,
let,
no,
let me
you
let me tell
translate.
you. Let
Why
me
I need
tell
to
you. I
translate?
can't speak Arabic.
It's you the
This
Muslim.
this is your
It's you who is the
excuse.
Muslim.
I
It's you.
cannot speak it. I
What?
cannot speak Arabic. This
You
is your
cannot?
excuse. I cannot there.
You
At least,
cannot?
unlike you, I'm honest. I cannot.
Guys,
Now is this
how many
excuse
times
done?
this guy, he called me, it is recorded, and he claimed that he knew Arabic and he can read Arabic?
I never claimed to be an Arab.
Well,
I
you are a
never.
fraud, man. You know, no, it's not claim to be an Arab. You claim that you know Arabic. Okay,
Somewhat.
if I go
Not
right
very
now
well.
to my previous video when you call me and I play and you keep saying, okay, I know Arabic, but you translate it. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? I mean, the video is still there. It's still in my page.
I'm not ashamed of myself because I'm
So
honest. I
did you
speak with
say to me
honesty.
in the previous video 2 days ago when you called me that you know Arabic, but you want me to read it? Did you say that or not?
I did say that, and I'm being
So
honest
so
now.
why now you are saying you do not know Arabic?
I'm being honest with you. So now what
So
is the
2 days
excuse?
ago
Now
you
can we
were
move
not
on?
honest. Today you are honest.
So we can move on now or no?
No, we cannot move on. You know, let your dad call me. I don't talk to kids. I have no time for people. They cannot be honest about a very simple thing. So what if you do not know Arabic? Say I do not know Arabic. But you are just a potato. Coward, you have no dignity. Why someone like me would spend his time with someone like you? You cannot be honest about a very simple thing, which can be exposed in 2 seconds. If somebody called me right now and says, Christian Prince, do you know Greek language? And I say, yeah. Said, okay, read for me this. And people will laugh at me. Why you do that yourself? You call me 100 times, and each time you claim that you know Arabic. And today you admit that you do not know Arabic. Why you do that yourself? The answer is very simple. You are a potato. I don't have time for kids. Here I debate men who respect themselves, who don't claim something they don't have. So if we read together, we will find that the Quran, according to Muslims, not to us, has nothing to do with the Arabic language, and it's not an Arabic language. Yet in the Quran, it claims that this is a book made in Arabic. The Quran makes it so clear that the reason the Quran is sent in Arabic, so you might understand. If you read the Quran according to Muhammad, you will find that this is a pure, clear Arabic. What people they say there and there, this is just a foreign language. The Quran is different. It's clear. And then, okay, so what is this? Why here it says this is Syriac? And how many words in the Quran are Syriac? All of them, including the word Allah, including the word Yasin, Bustan, Jannah, Kafara. I mean, it's endless. And yet, the stupid Muhammad, he claimed that his book is in a pure, clear Arabic, which is absolutely can be busted in 2 seconds. From their own books, from their own explanation. This is what makes it even more horrible. So Muhammad, who said and he called his God Akbar, he practiced, in fact, what the pagan they practice. The Arab, they used to go around the Kaaba. In fact, there's videos made by the Muslims, YouTube's movies, about the pagan before Islam. They used to sing exactly the same song they sing it today to Allah when they do Hajj. There was many gods around the Kaaba, and there's one of them, his name is Akbar. In fact, Ibn Kathir, you know, the original copy, let me see if I can find you. The Muslim now, they took it off from the new printing. What a shameful garbage cult. Let us see, hold on. Oh boy. The religion of the potato. Look, guys, look how stupid, disgusting they are. They have many. Let me see this one. Hold on. They took words from their own books. Okay, look what I found. I was looking for Akbar. Look what I found. Here, this is Ibn Kathir. In the new books of Ibn Kathir, you don't find this no more. One of the sanam, which mean as statues or an idol, his name is Somad. فَصَنَمٌ يُقَالُ لَهُ Somad. This is what? This is Tafsir Ibn Kathir. They took it off from their book. Another idol, his name is Samud. But hold on. Isn't it the Quran keep saying قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدُ? Let us go to the Quran. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدُ. This is something the Muslims they keep repeating when they refute the Christians that Allah is one God. It turned to be that Somad was one of the idols around the Kaaba. So what Muhammad did, he is just uniting the gods by one God. The moon god, the sun god. Chapter 112, 2. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدُ. Do you see it? What is the name of the idol? Samad. Al means the. Do you see it? So Muhammad is just adding names, saying Allah is Samad. Okay, Allah is Akbar. Allah is Yasin. All of them. Allah is all of them. All the pagan gods. And this is why here, Muhammad, he copied a word from the Aramaic and from the Hebrew, which is what? Ahad. The stupid Muhammad, when he took the word Ahad, he destroyed his cult. Why? Because Ahad does not mean one. Ahad mean one of. If I take the word Ahad in the front of your eyes and I search in the same exact website, I just copy it in the front of you, right? Copy, paste. Hit search. Each one of them will come as what? One of. وَمَا يُعَلِّمَانِ مِنْ أَحَدٍ. They teach nothing, not anyone. This is what Ahad means. Ahad does not mean one. One of. And this is appear in the Quran all over. Tons of verses. لا نفرق بين أحد. We don't distinguish between any of them. So there's many of them. This is what Ahad mean. Ahad does not mean one. It's one of them. One of many. They keep saying to us, قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. We don't distinguish between those messengers, between any of them. This is what Ahad mean. Do you see that? Let me zoom in. The pagan Muhammad, he do not know what Ahad mean. Ahad does not mean. This is the same word is used in the Old Testament and in the New Testament. Echad. This is Ahad. This is the Aramaic and this is the Hebrew. Echad. O you Israel, your God is Echad. Ahad. Echad. One, not as an individual, but unity. That's why the Bible says the man and the wife, the man, he leave his family and he will become Ahad, Echad with his wife. This is Ahad. How the stupid Muhammad he use it if he believed that he have only one God and there's no other person. It's not a God of multi-person. It's not a God of unity. It's one, just one as an individual, as a person. And as you see, this is their interpretation, making it clear that the word Somad. Let me post the link for you so you can see the image, which is posted by Muslims. Thank you, Muslims, by the way. Some Muslims, they are wondering why in the world they took it off. Oh boy. Why it's taken off? Hmm? Hey Abdul, why you are taking words from your book? Is it because it's an embarrassment? You don't want people to know that there is an idol, his name is Samad, Allahu Samad, or Allahu Samud? Hmm? So the very word Akbar proving to us that Allah cannot be God. For the word Akbar mean bigger. You can go right now to the Arabic dictionary. You do not need me. Akbar mean bigger. You can use the word Akbar for size, for age. Like, as an example, I can say, my brother Akbaru minni, which means bigger than me as age, not greater, not greater. So it's about counting years. I can say, Akbaru minni hajman, he is bigger than me by size. So Akbar either is coming as bigger as size or bigger as age. It can be used for age. Sometime can come for a value, but it doesn't matter what is going to come to. If Allah is one and He is unique, you cannot compare Him to anything He created. That is silly. That actually, this is an act of anti-monotheism. Imagine if I say Allah is a smarter. You know what? I mean, what's smarter? That's an insult. Who am I? You know, if I am just a human being and He created me, I mean, smarter, that's it? Are you sure? A guy, he keeps saying to me, debate samurai. My friend, we don't debate samurai, we beat them. Bring the guy. Stop promoting your stupid idiot. What's samurai? Samurai, you Muslim, you play samurai. The Israeli army come to you, you go in the tunnel. Since when you become a samurai? When you're a prophet, they throw a rock at him. Do you know what happened, Mr. Samurai? He lost his teeth and he went between his wife's legs. Do you want to show you the reference? What samurai? Since when? You Muslims are samurai when there is women alone. Like when he attacked Bani Mustalik, they were, you know, headless. They have no idea what's going on. The coward, he attacked them, he raped the women. This is you. Samurai, huh? Potato. Samurai, Tamurai, Hamolai. All of you in that tunnel. And we are looking for you. And the Israeli now, they are using dogs to chase you. Can you believe it? I mean, al-Baghdadi, we got him by a dog. From his ass. Saddam Hussein, we got him by a dog. Hamas, we got them by dogs. Imagine a dog is brave enough, even there is shooting and bombs, and he keep going. And Hamas is running. From a dog. And then the Muslim, they post for you a video. Brothers, sisters, Allahu Akbar, we are defeating them. You better tell you, they took the whole city of Gaza. How you defeat them? This is how stupid this religion is. The Jews, they took Jerusalem. Allahu Akbar, victory for us. Abdul, you just lost Jerusalem. The Jews, they took the Golan Heights. Allahu Akbar, victory. And not only that, in Syria until now, they celebrate losing July. Can you believe it, how stupid those people are? They celebrate every year the date of losing the Golan Heights. You call the Pope a piece of shit? Yes, he is a Pope of shit like Mohammed. So what? Don't follow me no more. Obviously, you are a Pope, you are a piece of shit too. We call people by their names. Why not? Don't come here, potato. And why you are? If you don't follow me no more, why you are here? You coward son of Mutab, potato liar. I don't follow you no more, Christian Prince, but I am here. Obviously, you are not following me. You are like a tail, potato. We Christians, we see the truth. Anyone who go against the scriptures, we have to get him busted. Doesn't matter who is he. Muhammad is a fraud. He brought false scriptures. We throw poop at him. The Pope, he says, bless for same-sex marriage. This is against the scriptures. We throw the poop Muhammad at the poop Pope because both are poop. It's a poop organization anyway. We don't take a side except with the Lord. We have a scriptures, not like those Muhammad. And look at this stupid religion. Look at this. Hold on. I want to show you something nice in this religion for the sake of entertainment. All right, all right. Sometimes the search engine doesn't work very well, but let us see. When the wives of a prophet of Allah they have a scandal. What happened? Look at this amazing Quran. I mean, who can write Quran like this? Nobody. If two, between two brackets, the wives of Muhammad, SAW, namely Aisha and Hafsa. But the Quran, there is no Hafsa, there is no Aisha. So only Allah knows best who are they. Turn in repentance to Allah. Between two brackets, it will be better for you. You see, the Muslims, they are adding word between brackets because the Quran is a piece of shit. The Quran by itself is very confusing, very stupid. So we have to add words to make it make little sense. Because when you read this, what is this? If your wife became repentant, what repentant? What is that? What happened? Turn in repentance to Allah. It will be better for you, between two brackets. Your heart are indeed inclined. Are we done? No, we have to add a bracket again. To oppose what the Prophet SAW likes. Like, what the heck? Look, Allah, he forgot to add this to explain it. So the Muslim, they add it. The Muslim, they don't corrupt the Quran. And then, but if you help one against other, like, what the heck? Who? Muhammad, between two brackets. We have to add Muhammad because we don't even know the story about who. Who is fighting who? We do not know. The fight between who about who? We do not know. The Quran is a stupid book. So they have to add a bracket, Muhammad SAW station. Then verily Allah is his Mawla. What the heck is that? What Mawla mean? Is that in Arabic or in English? Oh, it's Arabic. Okay, I thought this is a Quran translation. No, don't worry. We will add a bracket to explain to you the stupid Quran. Lord, Master, or Protector, etc. I love the etc. Get a breath. First of all, we Muslim, we add etc. because there is etc. Look, what the heck, Abdul? I mean, what is etc.? Etc. Like, what does that mean? Potato, tomato, potato. What is that? Protector, Master, etc. Does that include my sneakers? And then Allah is the protector. Is that enough? No. Jibreel, brother, Jibreel is coming. Okay, so Allah, he is his protector. Is that enough? No. He cannot. Allah cannot do it. You know, Allah is Akbar. Remember, he's just Akbar. He's just big. You know, but he's not really powerful. So we need now Jibreel. So Jibreel is coming. Jibreel coming. Jibreel is in the door. So now we have Muhammad fighting with two women. Two of them, they are 5 foot tall. Allah, he went to his office because the issue is so top secret file. You have to make verses about it, sending warning to the women. Listen, listen, listen. If you fight with the Prophet of Allah, do you know who protect him? Me, Allah. Akbar. The women did not, they fought. What a big deal, huh? You know, Allah. So Allah, he said, okay, hold on. Not only me alone, and even Jibreel. The wives of Muhammad, they said, what? Jibreel? You know, they fought. They turned their ass and they fought. Allah gets more upset. He said, okay, hold on. Not only Jibril and I, and furthermore, all the righteous Muslims, like Al-Qaeda, ISIS, Al-Zawahiri, Osama bin Laden, the Caliphate, Hamas, everybody. Still the wife they fought. It is it is even more funny. And then, no, these women, they are not afraid. So he said, and furthermore, all the angels in the worlds. Like, what the heck? So all of those two fight against two female, they are 5 foot. Don't you see, Muhammad, you're exaggerating about how many lined up to fight two females and they are your wives? And they say to you that Prophet Muhammad was in control of his household. I can tell he is so much in control to the point he need Allah to protect him. Look, protect her. Like you see, it's not like advisor. No, protect her. Like, I mean, Middle Eastern women, they are crazy, Unbelievable. God knows what happened to Muhammad at those days. He lost his teeth, he lost his penis, she bited it. So this is Quran, this is your book, this is Akbar, this is your God, Mr. Akbar. He could not defend his prophet, and now he's asking everybody to join. All right, we have a Muslim. Let us see. Give him a chance to call us. My friend, I'm calling you, but it says you are offline. I don't know. You are not answering. Mr. Bilal, I'm calling you. Okay, let us see. Maybe we'll try again. All right. It says Bilal is not online. We will try again. Hello? 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 I mean, we hear the noise, so talk. He don't want to talk. So why you ask me to call you? Guys, we heard the noise, right? And microphone is working. Let us give him one more choice, maybe. Maybe Allah Akbar will help him. You never know, maybe Akbar this time work. Sometime Akbar, the line is, the Akbar line is not a small line.
Hello.
Hello?
So, this Christian Prince, right?
Yes, yeah, my friend. You are live on air. What do you like to say to us? You are a Muslim?
Well, I was, but I'm leaving it, so I'm learning new things about Christianity.
No, I'm asking you a direct question. Are you a Muslim or not?
Yeah, as per document, yes, I am, but I am not following it anymore.
Oh, you are not following Islam no more. Why?
Well, I had my own reasons and used to doubt. Basically, the hadiths, they contradict a lot of my thinking. And then I started to research, follow you and Sam Shamoun videos, which basically gave me a better understanding.
Okay. So, you decide to leave Islam, but now you will not get any versions. Aren't you sad? I mean, don't you feel like sexually oppressed because you will not get the versions? If I am you and I lose all
No,
those
I'm
versions in
not
one
at all.
day.
I don't believe that it's all fairy tales
Oh,
because
no. I went to heaven in Islam, by the way. And, I found a lot of women naked waiting for me, man. But I was like, at that time, I was not ready because I dropped, like I was drinking some tea and some boiled water fell on my private part. And then but women, they were waiting there for me. I was like, oh man, look at them, but I could
No,
not
but
use it, Yeah, like
I'm not
let
at
us say I
all.
went there in the wrong day, wrong time. So, but they are there for sure. I mean, they are waiting for us. Are you kidding me? Those are real women and they are all look the same, which is amazing. I mean, imagine you have hundreds of women, all of them, they have the same face, the same look, the same eyes. Very nice, very nice. So you are
No,
not,
but no, I don't need that.
you are not. I don't know. I'm trying to help you to repent and come back to Allah Akbar.
No, no, I don't want to.
All
I've
right,
already done. Like I'm trying to research and understand things. Like I have few friends who help me do that. But I had few questions.
all right.
Honestly, I'm not here to uh, have a debate, but I want to understand few things. Like because usually when I try to speak to my friends and have a discussion, it turns into an argument that some Muslims are usually they'll never accept. And when you ask something from the book and hadiths, they'll just revert back to
All right, my friend.
Quran,
Give me
and
the
then
question. No problem. I'm here to help you.
yeah, yeah. Like the recent one, you can say about the Christmas and celebrating birthdays and New Year and all. So I don't find any hadiths or anything on that. They'll just give me some videos from Zakir Naik, which I hate, really hate. And then
I'm not sure what do you mean. Are you asking me to provide you that Muslim they should celebrate Christmas?
yeah, I mean, not celebrating, but they always say, "Why are you celebrating?" or "Why do they do that?" And Jesus Christ, Lord Jesus Christ, was not born on that day, and etc. etc.
Well, first, nobody can celebrate any day anyway, because simply,
Mm-hmm.
let us say you are born in 2024, the first day in the year. 20 years
Mm-hmm.
after, if you keep celebrating the first day of the year, you will find that you are not really celebrating correct day. As you know, there's no perfect
Mm-hmm.
year and there's no perfect day, correct? This is why
Yes.
even in the calendar we have now, we have something called lap year, where we added day to the month of February, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so if every 3 years we have to add one day, how many days we have to add to your birthday in 10 years or 9 years? We have to add 3 days, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but people still they are celebrating the same exact date they are born in, which is false because simply if you are trying to find out the exact date, it's not the same day because the day is changing. However, time never come back. Like if I'm born yesterday, tomorrow is not going to be yesterday. So what we are celebrating the occasion. We are not celebrating the date. So we as a Christians, like the Orthodox, they celebrate in different date, and they believe and that the calendar, their calendar, is more accurate. And actually, I agree with them. I think the Orthodox calendar is more accurate than the Western calendar. But for me, it doesn't matter really. Western calendar, Eastern calendar, it doesn't matter because we are celebrating the occasion, not the day. Same time, if you go in the Quran, you will see that supposedly, as long you are in, now you left Islam, you will see that Allah, He sent His angels to Mary. Is that correct?
Yes.
To announce what? To announce the birth of Jesus, correct?
I mean, you can enlighten me on that. Like, honestly, to be honest, like, I did
Yeah.
read Quran, but
So
I'm not.
Muhammad is taking a story
Mm,
from the Bible where about the angels they came to Mary to announce to Mary that she will have a son. If you go to the Quran, chapter 19, verse 19, it says that you will have a holy son. So, if the angels themselves they came to earth to announce the birth of Jesus, shouldn't we celebrate the birth of Jesus? This is
yeah.
must be a very great event to the point God in heaven he need to send messengers, not one, not two, many angels they came according to the Quran, uh, and they announced to Mary that you are going to have a son. So obviously, even in the stupid Quran, Mary she was, the news delivered to her about the birth of Jesus, for it's the great news, not normal news. God don't send his his, let us say, messengers for things is useless, right?
Yeah.
All right. So in the Bible we have this is where Muhammad he took the story from actually. Uh, uh, God he sent his angels to Mary to announce to her that you will have a son and he is the Son of God. There and not only that we see the story speaking about even three kings they went to visit or three wise men to visit and look for the birth of Jesus place so they can find the child who was going to be born. So the Quran stealing from the Bible about the birth of Jesus, and the birth of Jesus simply celebrated by the angels, by God, by heaven, by earth, for this is the Messiah, and there is no one like him. Even the birth of Jesus in the Quran is based on a miracle, correct?
Yes, yes, it is.
Yeah. Anything else I can answer you?
Okay. Now this one is just out of my context. About paganism and everything I know, but I just want to ask, like, I've seen going to the churches, but I've seen the statues of Jesus Christ. Like, as per Islam, it's like adultery or whatever it was. But I just want to
Muslim,
understand, like, whether.
they have statues everywhere. Actually, first of all, the word statues, you will notice that Allah He commanded Sulaiman in the Quran to build a temple with the statues. You know that, right?
Yes, yes, I know that.
All right. So if the Muslim they claim that they are against the statues, this is not what the Quran is saying. If you go to chapter 34, verse number 14, it says, يَعْمَلُونَ لَهُ مَا يَشَاءَ مِن مَحَارِيبٍ وَتَمَاثِيلٍ. Tamathil mean statues. So in Islam, statues always were placed and located inside the house of Allah, according to Muslims. The Muslim here in the translation, they tried to fix it. They took the word statues out from the translation. But if you change the translation, you will find that the word should appear. This is Hilali and Khan. If we try different translation, let's see Arbary. Then
Okay.
we might see it. Let us see. Here we go. In Arbary translation, Muhammad Arbary, it says, fashioning for him whatsoever he would place of worship, statues. Do you see it? So
No, okay, can you share your screen?
Muslims in their God house, they have statues. Now, if some churches or Christians, they have statues, this is not what they are commanded by God. However, what their excuse is that from this story we see in front of us, that in the time of David and Solomon, he made statues for the cherubim or the angels. So they say, well, if he made statues for angels, and this is proven in the Old Testament and even in the Quran here, as we see, which is a story from the Old Testament.
Can you share your screen? Because I'm just
Huh?
on the Skype. Yeah.
You can check the verse, chapter 34, verse number 13.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So you can read it. So even when they do that, they give themselves an excuse. But if you ask me myself, I prefer a church without any statues, unless the statues is made for the purpose of art. Or let us say the paint is for the purpose of teaching, as an example, or preserving history. So like now, one of the method to preserve the stories in the Bible is the icons, which is drawn by artists, which is amazing because those, go back almost to the time of Jesus, and they are speaking about the crucifixion and all kind of things. So it was a way to preserve history, a way to preserve the Bible. But if it is meant to worship the image or the picture, this is against the Bible. There is no question about
Okay. I think that should be all because I've got so many things right by watching your other debates, and like I'm aware now like what all things were wrong and how Muhammad was always lying, like basically a false prophet.
All right.
So
Well, I'm happy for you,
no
my
doubt.
friend, that you decide to leave Islam. But what do you think about accepting the Messiah as your God and your Savior?
I already accepted.
Oh, you already did? Okay, so okay, wonderful.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
happy
that's
for
the
you.
reason. Like I was I'm doing my own studies, trying to understand Bible and many other things, and I have a close friend who helps me, and basically through him I came through your channel and
Yeah.
Sam Shamoun, and I've read some from Nabil Qureshi as well. So
Well,
a
I'm
lot
happy
of
for you, my
questions
friend.
have been answered,
All right.
basically.
Happy for you, and thank you for calling me.
Thank you, thank you.
All right. God bless. Bye-bye.
Uh,
We have a Muhammadan. Look what he said in the chat. Islam revealed and unrevealed says Christians equal to LGBT. Islam, Muslims equal to humanity. What if you call me right now and I will show you that your prophet was a homo? His uncle was a homo. The caliphate, they were homo. And I will not use a single reference except your books. Is that fair, guys? Is that fair? Do you accept that challenge? In the same time, you can prove to me that Christianity, if you want, feel free. Christianity is LGBT. You scumbag son of Muta. There is no LGBT in Christianity. Anyone who claims that he is a Christian and LGBT is no Christian. He is fabricating things. It doesn't matter if he called himself a priest or not. There's many deceivers. The Bible is our book. However, in your Quran, if somebody committed the act of loot, which is man with the man, with the punishment, beat him with sandals. What is the punishment in the Old Testament for the Christians? Go read it and laugh at yourself. So who is the one who support LGBT? By the way, don't forget that thousands of LGBT, they go in the streets supporting Hamas and Free Palestine. Do you want me to pray for you some videos? They are with you in the same line, you idiot. Yeah, we have scriptures. We are not like you, Abdul, status worship, a black. In fact, one of the things about Islam, it is homosexuality. Because when you're a prophet, he promised you in heaven a bazaar, and this bazaar have images of men and women. And if you like the image, you enter it and you F it. But who is the customer? The customer is a man. إن في الجنة لسوق لا بيع فيه ولا شراء. In the heaven there is a market, a bazaar. No buying, no selling, except images of men and women. And if the man, if who? If the man has lost story for any of those images, he enter it and he F it. But the images are images of what? Men and women. Which mean in heaven, Muslim men, they are the only one who can participate in this bazaar. The customers are men. The images are images of men and women. Where is the homosexuality here? It's all over the place. Indeed, in paradise, there is a market. There is no buying nor selling except for images of men and women. So whenever a man desire an image, who is the one who would desire it? A man. Who desire the image? A man. Images of what? Images of men and women. Potato. Potato, potato, potato. So you go to heaven, there is a bazaar, and in the bazaar there is images, brother. Playboy magazine. And then, don't forget, by the way, to sharp your penis before you go there, because most of you Muslims, your penis is not working, like Prophet Muhammad, right? Look what he said. The Catholic Pope, he blessed the LGBT. The statement is not accurate, but anyway, we shit on this Pope and we shit at your prophet. Who cares? He is just a man. He is no Christian. There's many of them like this. Our book is our book. Our book is not the Pope. However, today I saw tons of videos made by Catholic bishops spitting at the Pope. Don't you see it? So the Pope is the same as your prophet today. Tomorrow he will die and we will have a new one, and we pray we will have a good man. But as you see, we condemn the false teaching of false teachers. You Muslims, you don't. You don't. Somebody saying the Pope is representative of Jesus on earth, that's false. Nobody represents Jesus. Nobody presents God. Not me. Nobody. If Jesus, he says to Peter, Peter was only the man. The rest they don't. There's a rest of them there. He just said to Peter. So all of this is a false excuse. Same time, how come you Muslims don't mention the Pope before this Pope who said Muhammad, he brought nothing but evil? This guy will die soon. He's already sick. And me, myself, I'm praying for his death. So we can put a piece of cotton in his anus as same as Muslims they put for their prophet. We bury him, and I pray we will have a good man. Who care? You Muslims, because you are a hypocrite, I just showed you you're a prophet, not the Pope. People notice with me how coward they are. I showed them they're a prophet. Can they wash their hands from their prophet? I can wash my hand from any priest. The Bible is so clear. There's many false teachers will come to you in the clothes of a sheep, but they are wolves. But this is your stupid prophet Muhammad. This is your prophet promising you to F men in heaven. Can you wash your hands from it? Hey Muslims, can you wash your hands from your prophet? I wash my hand from such a pope. I call him even a piece of shit. Can you dare to call me and call your prophet a piece of shit? If you don't dare to do so, that means you are a person who promotes LGBT. John saying, read the document. It does not condone homosexuality. It just outlines, my friend, outline, not outline. This Pope is a piece of shit. Don't play this game. Don't act like the Muslims. What a blessing for a guy. He is a gay. What does that mean? I mean, how do the Bible teach that if you will receive a blessing if you are committing sin? What the heck is that? Don't try to cover. Don't do what the Muslims do. The Muslims, they bring a dry shit and they put it in the top of their prophet because now when it's dry, it doesn't look like shit. Don't do that. This Pope is a piece of shit. Clearly. What mean document? How you can bless someone he is doing homosexuality? Don't play there. Don't try it. Like he's not saying, you know, he is a blessing the marriage. No, he is a blessing the individual. It's even worse. It's like trying to fix it, you make it more blind. Don't touch your eyes when you just touched your onion, my friend. Don't do that. Don't be a hypocrite. We as a Christians, we don't tolerate falsehood and false teaching. It doesn't matter from who. So don't be a slave of someone who is a pope. Go spit at him. If you are a Catholic, you better go and spit at this man. He don't present you, and he is nothing but a shame. In fact, I saw today many, especially from Africa, many bishops, they are just condemning such a stupid false teaching. So the Catholics soon they will get rid of him. Just wait. They will get rid of this donkey. Why the CP is hiding his Skype? Oh, it's hiding. My Skype is the internet, but it's hiding, brother. Why the CP is hiding his Skype? That's deep. Man. You know, always I like to hide my Skype. So I spend the whole day keep saying, who is Abdul wanna call me? And the conclusion is Christian Prince is hiding his Skype. Are you sure? Are you hiding your penis? Forget about my Skype. Look, your penis when you go to heaven is going to enter into the anus of a man. It's in the front of you. And it is an image of a man. Excuse my language, by the way. I know some of you might like what the guy is saying. But this is what it say. I mean, what shall I sugarcoat? This is what it is. Look, a bazaar of images of men and women. Who is the one who is going to go to the bazaar? A man. Who is the man? His name Mohammed. His name is Lily, Hijab, etc. You know, Muhammadan. So they go to the bazaar, and in the bazaar there's images of naked women and naked men. And if the Muslim man He like any of the images, which is images to what? Images of men and women. What he do? Boom, 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 every day with men and women. Like, do you see it? It's in front of you. It's in front of you. Even in the Quran, it says, whatever you wish. You know, when I ask a Muslim, what if somebody want to F you? He says, so what the problem? This is heaven. You know, whatever we wish. What is the problem exactly? There is no problem. If there is any problem, no. Potato. So this is a homosexual religion. Muhammad, he don't care really. Muhammad, he have no dignity. He have no honesty. He is just making false promises to promote the horny, savage Arab to go and die for him. All of us, we knew there is no such a thing. What is that? I mean, what kind of God he have an what a market of images? I thought images is haram. It turned to be that the Muhammadan, they are going to F images. Hey, by the way, the Muslims, as you see, it doesn't say even they are going to be real. Are you going to F the image of a man? Do you see? It doesn't say even the image will become a man. It's an image of a man. So what do you mean you will enter the image and F it? John saying, a Christian prince, if you think Jesus would allow 1.1 billion Christians to be thought sin, you are denying that Jesus promised the gate of hell shall not prevail against us. My friend John, you are being stupid too, because it's not Jesus who promotes sin. Sin is exist anyway. Satan is exist. And the whole idea of Christianity is about us fighting sin. So you are being an idiot again. If people, there is way more number than the billion you are talking about, they will go to hell. Billion only? That's nothing. What billion? So it doesn't matter how many there are. It's about if you believe in false teaching, you are going to go to hell. Who care about your billion? You are acting like the Muslims. They think if they have a billion or something, they are right. Same time, I don't believe that the Catholic are wrong. I believe this Pope is a scumbag. But if the Catholic in general agree with this Pope, they are doomed and they will go to hell. As simple as that. The Bible, my friend, the Bible is not about what do you think. Who cares what do you think? We have book. We have God. We don't care what do you think and I think. Idiot. Is it about like shopping? Like, do you think we should better buy from Amazon? This is not about what to buy, shopping. We're not shopping for God. Either you agree with God teaching or you are against God teaching. And there's many false teachers out there. It doesn't matter what their name is. If you agree with them and you follow them, you are one of their scam. As simple as this. Isn't it the Bible says, let him be cursed, the one who bring other than the scriptures? Anyone remember where in the Bible it says that? Let him be cursed, the one who bring other than these scriptures. So anyone he want to give a blessing for a homosexual, he is bringing a scriptures is not there. It doesn't matter who. It's a false teaching. God condemn wickedness. A drunk, the Bible says, if you are a drunk, you don't go to heaven. A drunk. You see, it's not a thief. It's not a killer. It's not a child molester. It's not a homosexual. A drunk. Just for being drunk, you don't go to heaven. You don't negotiate with God. This is his heaven. There is people who deserve it, and there is people who don't. It doesn't matter how big the number is. Who cares if they are 10 billion? Who cares if they're 20 billion? Who cares if only one will go to heaven, the rest will go to hell? I'm officially challenging you. Okay, why you don't call me? Guys, this guy officially challenging me, but he will not call me. Give me your Skype, I will call you right now. He's officially challenging me. Officially? Like the guy is officially, come on. Hello?
Run, boy, run.
This is Fakira. How are you doing, Fakira?
Run.
Hey, Fakira, are you going to change your voice to a voice of a female today or no?
The bottom line is you're gonna run.
No, no, I want to ask you, why you change your voice to a voice of a female if you are not a transgender?
It's changing now. Let's have
No, no,
faith.
why you do that? Why you always call me and you make your voice a voice of a female? You just answer the crowd, not me.
Jesus Christ was not on the cross. How about that?
He was not in the cross?
He was not on the cross.
Okay.
Are you ready for it?
So right now he's in heaven.
Are you ready for it?
Okay, so he is not now in heaven, and your prophet Muhammad is under. Okay, I'm going with you. I'm going with you. I'm ready. You see. So Jesus was not in the cross, and he is in heaven, and Muhammad is dead. Explain to us why Muhammad is dead and Jesus is alive. Go ahead. Don't change topic. You don't know Arabic. Don't claim you know Arabic. You don't speak Arabic. So listen. So now Jesus is alive. Muhammad is dead. Explain to the people they are listening why Jesus is in heaven and your prophet is with the cockroaches in the sewage. Go ahead.
Muhammad is dead. Jesus was not on the cross. We're not talking about Muhammad.
This is not the question. I'm asking you why Jesus is not in the cross. He is alive and your prophet is stupid dead. Go ahead.
Jesus is also dead. I prove it to you too. But he was not. He did not die on the cross.
Jesus is dead. Jesus is dead.
Accept the challenge.
No, Jesus. Okay, hold on. You are saying Jesus is dead?
Yes. Inni mutawafika wa raji'uka ilayhi. I'm killing you. Allah.
Just go. You don't even know a single Arabic word, son of Muta. All the Muslims are laughing at you. Not a single Muslim believe in that. Mutawafika wa rafi'uka ilayhi, you idiot. According to Muslim, he took him in the stage of sleep. However, I will go with you. So if Jesus, Allah, he killed him and he took him up to heaven, that means Jesus, he died. Where if not in the cross? Doesn't matter. But still he's in heaven right now. So how come Muhammad, he is dead and he is not in heaven? I don't waste my time with you because you present nobody. I mean, no Muslim in the world believe in what you say. So you are just a kid. I debate Muslims. I don't debate a fabricator who come with own story. This guy, by the way, he follow a guy, the Muslims killed him, Rashad Khalifa, who he himself, he agreed that the Quran have a lot of fabrication, and he took many verses from the Quran. And he have his own understanding, and even he claimed that he is a caliphate, so he's a messenger of Allah. Those people, they don't present Islam. We debate Muslims. We debate here Muslims. We don't debate people. They come with our. If we ask him, okay, this is interpretation of who agree with this? Nobody. You know. Yeah, we don't debate kids. He don't know a one single Arabic word, and yet they try to speak in Arabic to convince you that they are educated. They know the language. You know, he mentioned something really good to speak about when he said, "Inni mutawaffika." You will notice that the Quran supposedly is given 600 years after Jesus, but the stupid Quran says, إِذَا قَالَ اللَّهُ يَا عِيسَى. In language way, this is absolutely false. Why? Allah, he said to Isa, I will take you and raise you to myself. And I will make those who follow you superior to those who reject faith to the day of resurrection. Do you see it? Anyone here understand how stupid Muhammad is? The one who followed Jesus, not the one who followed Muhammad. The one who followed Jesus, they will be always superior until the day of judgment. That means the true Christianity never discontinue, not even for a single day. Do we agree? That's what the verse is saying. And those who follow you, I will make those who follow thee superior to those who reject the faith to the day of resurrection. So there's not a single day of the history of a Christianity should be empty from true Christians who follow Jesus only, not Muhammad. And they will be superior, which means they are the majority, and nobody can stand to stop them. Not a group of 2, 5, 7, the rest are, no, it's the opposite. They are the superior. So the superior is the Christians. And where is Jesus right now? Is in heaven. The potato, he said, that the Quran says mutawafika, which is right, by the way. The word mutawafika, literally in language, mean I will cause your death. But the stupid Muslim, they say, that mutawafika mean he took him in a stage of sleep, which is very funny. But regardless of it is he caused his death or not, Jesus right now, he is alive. And this guy was lying when he said he's dead. For the Quran says it clearly, I clear you and I take you to myself. And the Muslim right now, they are waiting for the Messiah to come back. Why? Because he's alive. But the whole Quran is just as stupid. How the Christians who follow Jesus, they will be superior into the day of judgment. If we go in the same time, you will find that Islam will not be superior. Is Islam is going to be superior until the day of judgment? If you go actually in the top of my channel, if you go to the meme page in my channel, you will find in my channel a hadith in the banner. Is that correct? What is the hadith is saying? That Islam will go back like the devil, like a snake, going back to its hole. This is the words of Muhammad. So look what happened now. We have Muhammad himself witnessing Islam will carouse as a serpent, and I find it astonishing that Muhammad confirm that Islam is a serpent. Confirm that Islam and a serpent, they have the same nature. Confirm that Islam will go back to its hole. So now Muhammad confirmed that Islam and his followers is going to shrink and go back to its hole, which means it's going to disappear. In the same time, the Quran confirmed that the followers of Jesus, they will be superior until the day of judgment. What that is telling us? That the followers of Jesus, they cannot be the Muslims. Are you with me? Do you see how easy to destroy the donkey Muhammad? The followers of Jesus, they will be superior until the day of judgment. The followers of Muhammad, they will go back like a snake, like a serpent going back to its hole. And he is speaking about the day of judgment. So we cannot be the same people. Those who follow the superior Jesus, they will be superior followers. And those who follow the scumbag Muhammad, they will go back like a serpent going back to its hole. And this is what will happen in the day of judgment. Do you see how Muhammad, he exposed his falsehood by his own words? Without using anything, we just use his words. We are superior. Those who follow Jesus. They are a snake serpent going back to its hole. Who said that? Muhammad. Who of you Muslim dare to say that Muhammad is lying? Is that fair, guys? Either you Muslim believe in what Muhammad said, that Islam is dying and is going to die, or you don't believe, which means Muhammad is a liar. And again, we go back to zero. He is a false prophet. Which one you accept? Islam is dying or Islam is growing? It's in the front of you. and the Quran in front of you. We are superior until the day of judgment. Our Bible is superior. The book of lust, the Quran, the book of homosexuality, effing, sex, having sex with kids, virgins, endless penises, that will not be considered. Maybe 200, 300 years from now, people will die laughing at it. You see, those people in the West, they look for new stuff, you know. There are many of them, they are hippies. Like I saw people dancing in the street, Krishna, 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 mental, you know, Western. A lot of them, they are just mental. And then a few weeks after, they become a different religion. So don't be excited with those potatoes. In fact, those are adding more corruption to your corruption. They are adding more corruption to your corruption. Did you see the transgender who is wearing hijab and he was saying he's a Muslim now? There we go, they converted to Islam. This is what you get. Lebanon was a Christian. What happened? Where was your Jesus? This is a proof that Allah is with us. I don't know about that. Lebanon is still a Christian. The president is a Christian. The head of the intelligence is Christian. The head of the army is a Christian, and you Muslims are a bunch of potatoes. Same time, the Muslims in Lebanon, the majority of them, they are Shia. Are they Muslims? If we ask you, you will say no. The Shia there, they are screwing the Muslim Sunni. But they don't dare to screw with us. Where is your Allah? He left the Muslim Sunni in Lebanon to be effed by Iran? Huh? The same happened in Yemen. The Shia are effing you. Excuse my language. I'm just saying what's happening. Go and see what happened in Iran, in Yemen. You Muslim Sunni defeated Saudi Arabia, Emirat, Bahrain, and Egypt, and Sudan. They sent forces to fight the Shia in Yemen. What happened to them? They were defeated like dogs. Where is Allah? Look like the Shia is the true religion of Islam. All right. Remember, by the way, here, we as a Christians, we don't care about names of sect, and I warn people here not to fall into the trap. Many, they try to divide you. This is what is about, you know, Shaitan, Satan, he tried to divide you. So you are a Catholic or a Protestant or Orthodox, those are not important. In fact, one of the biggest sin we do when we follow a priest over God, big, huge sin. A true Christian, his gospel is his gospel, not a man, not a Christian prince, not the Pope, not a Protestant priest. That doesn't matter who. Only the gospel. Anything else is not for us, does not belong to us. We have nothing to do with it. People who follow priest, they are pagan. Because why you need to follow priest? You follow God. The priest himself should say, shame on you to follow me. If he is a man of God, he should say, we follow God. I follow God too. Never follow a priest. Many of them, they are corrupt. Many of them, they are false. Many of them, they are doing business. Many of them, they are, you know, politically correct. Never follow any man, including me. Why you want to follow me? Are you stupid? I am a sinner. Am I qualified to be followed? No. If I'm good enough, I will not be a sinner. Correct? If I'm good enough, I will not be asking God for forgiveness. If I'm good enough, actually, I will not need Jesus. But we need Jesus because we are not good enough. So why you follow a man? No man is fit for the job. When the Messiah, he said to Peter, even Peter, Jesus, he called him Satan. Is that correct? Am I lying? Peter himself, the one who Jesus says to him, whatever you promise in earth is going to be in heaven. Isn't it Peter himself, the Messiah, called him Satan when he did wrong, when he said wrong, which means he commits sin? So some, they try to interrupt the Bible so they can take control of you. They can take advantage of you. so they can place themselves kings. That's why they dress like kings. They hold a stick in their hand. They have fancy cars. They live in big houses and villas and palaces, and the poor you give them your money. So if religion become a business, this is not a Christianity. If religion become kissing the hands of bishops and priests, Christ did not ask anyone to kiss his hand, and he is the Lord. In fact, Christ himself, he washed the feet of his disciples. Am I lying? Hey, people, am I lying? Jesus never asked people to kiss, even though people they did. Like, you know, the woman, she came and she would start wiping the feet of Jesus. But this is not what Jesus is about. Jesus himself, he told us, if you cannot be a servant, you cannot be a master. When his disciples, they said to him, Lord, you know, we will not let you wash our feet. We will not. He said to them, he warned them, if you don't let me do it, you don't belong to me. You want to be a master, you have to be a servant. So if those Christian leaders, if they are leaders, then they have to be servant, not the opposite. Our masters is our servants. That is a Christianity. Anything else is false. All right. Did we have a good time together today? Did we learn something good? As you see, Islam is nothing but a pagan cult, collection of religion, stones, worshippers. Imagine Muhammad, he told them that the black stone is the right hand of Allah. Imagine Muhammad told them that the black stone is going to come as a man in the day of judgment, is going to witness for Muslims. Is going to come as a stone too in different hadith, and is going to have eyes and tongue and mouth. This cannot be from God. This is a very pagan religion. Muhammad, he told them that if you touch the black stone and kiss it, it erases your sin. What kind of religion, except paganism, teach that kissing a stone will erase your sin? You tell me. Do you Christian believe that in Christianity there is a stone, if we kiss it, it erases our sin? Do we have any such a pagan practice? All those hadith we will show you in the screen is about kissing stones and licking a stone, and doing that will erase your sin. Let me try to find the hadith I'm looking for. Give me a second. Here we go. Read with me and laugh at the pagan Muhammad. A man, he said to other man, both are from the companion of Muhammad, O Abu Abdul Rahman, the father of Ar-Rahman, why do I only see you touching these two corners? Which corners? The corners which is called the Yemeni corner, the corner of Yemen, the country Yemen. This is in the Kaaba. And the other corner which has the black stone. He said, I heard the messenger of Allah says, touching them erases your sin. Do you see it? And this is why the Muhammadan until now, they are kissing and touching the black stone and the Yemeni corner. If you touch them, it erases your sin. If this is not paganism, what paganism? The pagan, they used to dress the Kaaba with a skirt. And the Kaaba have vagina. And the vagina exposed from the skirt. Until now, the Muslims, they have the same tradition. This is the Yemeni corner. Where the Muslim, if they touch it, it erases their sin. What about the vagina? Let us show it to you. And what make it more funny, even in their books, it says that women, the black stone, according to Muhammad, become a black because women, they used to touch their vagina when they have their period, and then they place their hand inside the black stone, which is a vagina, to receive a blessing from the god of fertility, Baal, which is another god of the name of Islam. He fertilized it. And then men, they come after the women. After the women, they touch their vagina. And why they are touching it when they have their period? Because obviously they are not having babies. So those women they have a problem. They want to have babies. They have menstruation because simply they are not be able to carry a child. So when they have their menstruation, they go naked around the Kaaba. And this is in their books. And then they touch their private part when they are naked, and they will be singing a song, by the way. I have it in my book, that's Sex on Allah. And then men, after that, they come and they insert their penis in the black stone. This is Islam. A vagina, a skirt, a black stone. And not only this, by the way, one of the most funny things about Muhammad, he claimed that the black stone is sent by Allah. But in case you do not know, the black stone does not exist. You see, what do you see right now? There's no black stone. There's a small, tiny rocks inside. The rest is wax. There's no stones in the stones. There is no stones in the stone. Do you see those, like now we zoom in, those are little tiny rocks, and they have around them wax. All this stone here is not a stone. There is a small, tiny, I don't know what they call them in English, like, I cannot call them stone. There's a better word for, like, gravel. What do you call it? I don't know. So how this stone is preserved, how it's sent by Allah, and nothing left of it. They even do maintenance to it every week. They have to add more wax to those tiny, little tiny stones. There's no stones. Look at this. Everything is wax. This alone is enough to prove Islam to be a fraud. How this is stone sent by Allah to erase your sin, and there's the stone is gone. And why we need to do maintenance to the stone of Allah? Allah can preserve it. If I search right now, I will add the word maintenance. Why the black stone need maintenance? Look, the guy, he is doing maintenance to the black stone. Look at this, look at this. Hilarious. This is from God? Look, now they are burning the wax to fix the stones. They are coming out. They have to check them every few hours to be sure that nobody is stealing them. This is why they have a guard next to the stone. You can steal it if you have a knife. You can unblock the rocks, those little tiny rocks, and put them in your... Erdogan, he have one in Turkey. He took one already. The Turkish, they stole one. How this is a stone sent by God to witness for Muslims in the day of judgment, and now the stone is gone. Link for what? Just search for black stone maintenance. Search black stone maintenance. The stone, I mean, this is a religion from the stone religion, from the stone age. Stupid, full of fictions. Look at this, look at this. Here we go. Fixing the vagina of Allah. Aren't you ashamed? In the top of that, they accuse others that they are pagan. when this is the religion of paganism? I don't know if you can see how many of them really are stones. The rest are just rocks. Let me zoom in. Are you able to see with me? I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? The black one, the rest, the shiny ones, is just the brown. All the brown is wax. And you know, hold on, hold on. One of the most easiest way to prove Islam to be garbage and false is the following. Who wanna hear? I will give you a very, like, if you want to hit somebody in his head in 2 seconds to prove to him Islam to be fraud, not this one. No, hold on. There is something even better. According to Muslims, who is the one who chosen the location of the Kaaba? Allah. How? He said the black stone. The location of the black stone, brother, is where you build the Kaaba. Abraham built it, brother. And angels, they built it before Abraham. Even Adam, before Adam. 40,000 angels, brother. And look what we have. Proving that this is all is nothing but a fraud. This is the Kaaba of Allah. Always being flooded by shit. Literally, not water. You see, in Mecca, there is no sewage. In Mecca, there is no sewage. Little tiny rain will take all, like now in America or in some areas, they have what they call it, like you know when you live in a off a grid or something, septic tank, right? They call it septic tank. This is a shithole, excuse me, next to the house. When the rain comes, all the poop in the whole city will be driven and carried by the water and will go to the lowest part of the city, which is the Kaaba. And this is not, I mean, this is after they have concrete and they have oil and after technology, and then they start asking the American for help, how we can stop the flooding, blah, 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 blah. I mean, have you ever heard of a God? He chose the location in a wrong place where all the poop of the world will come and cover it. This is a very dirty water. This is the location chosen by Allah. And you know, just for the sake of argument, let us say Allah, He chosen the wrong location. He was drunk. Can't Allah raise the location? Okay, now we put it there. Can't Allah command the ground to go up like just 2 meters, 3 meters up, and the flood will never happen again? Are you with me? Do you see how easy to prove that Islam is just stupid? Who in the world want to believe in this? God, He chosen the location. Are you sure? I mean, imagine you pay a company, engineering company, to choose the location of your house. And then you notice that this is the place where all the shit in the city, excuse my language, they will come to your house. Not a flood, shit. I wish just, flood. And this is the links for those pictures in case you are interested. There's no sewage in the town. You know, not far from Mecca, there is a lake. It's called the Musk Lake. You know, the word musk mean musk. You know, musk like something smell good. Like usually it come or like musk or amber. You know, they come from the whale, from the testicles of the whale or testicles of the deer. So it have a nice smell. He attract females with it. It's very expensive. They call it musk, but guess what it is? It is shit lake. Literally just shit. There's no water there, just shit. So when little rain come, the whole rain go to the city. It take all the shit in the world. And then the shitty Allah he enjoy it. However, just to understand the situation, shit is not a problem in Islam. As you know, Prophet Muhammad was so clean person. He's so conservative when it's come to hygiene, to the point he take literally shower with shit. Am I lying? The reference in front of our eyes. Read it. He take shower with dead dogs and women blood from period. Not only that, the hadith says that dogs used to come piss inside the mosque of Allah and nobody even sprinkle water in it. Am I lying? Christian Prince, you're a liar. Doesn't say that, CP. My father said during the lifetime of Allah Apostle, the dogs used to urinate and pass it through the mosque. And nobody, nevertheless, they never used to sprinkle water. Look how dirty they are. Not only dogs are pissing inside the mosque. Nobody, including Muhammad, never clean after the dogs. So the Abduls and Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, police be upon him, peace upon him, whatever upon him, they are praying and the dogs go inside, and he left his leg. You know what the dogs do? And nobody, nevertheless, they never use to sprinkle water in it. Here, if you have little dignity, ask yourself, what kind of a house of God this house? Is it true that Jesus, he flipped tables on the Jews just for buying and sitting in the outskirt of the temple? Is that correct? They are not even sitting inside. No, they are not. The temple have many yards. They are in the outside. What Jesus did? He flipped table on them. For this is the house of my father. You made the house of my father a bazaar. Here, if Muhammad is a prophet of God, shouldn't he be jealous about how clean the house is? Shouldn't he be so angry? Shouldn't be himself the first one to clean? Let us say a dog, an animal, he did once. But as you see, it says dogs used to come all his lifetime. All his lifetime. And this is Al-Bukhari. Which means it's not only once, not only twice, not three. I mean, all his life. During the lifetime of Prophet Muhammad. During his lifetime, dogs go inside and piss inside the house of Allah. And what Muhammad, the prophet of Allah, do? Nothing. He just continue enjoying the smell and the piss of the dogs. That is telling you that this man have no jealousy. A man with jealousy for God, he will fight against any of this. He will not accept it, and he will not be part of it. Who of us will accept such a garbage in the house of God? Who of us accept it in his house? Forget about God. Forget that this is the house of Allah. Forget about Muhammad. Hey Muslims, you are now, how you Muslim you claim that dogs are dirty? And then Muhammad, he allowed the dogs to go inside the mosque and piss inside the mosque, and he don't even clean. Do you think those dogs, they are serving in the Israeli army and they are sent by the Jews? And they are doing it on purpose? Don't you think that those dogs, they've been given extra water by the Jews? So they go piss there. And do you know what dogs do? When one dog he piss, the other dog will come and piss in the same place. Like, let me piss over you, huh? They come, they sniff. Oh, there's a dog here, he piss here. So now we have like all the town's dogs are pissing in the same mosque. That's what dogs do. They leave marks to each other. They have their own language. So the doggy, the first dog he get in, he piss. I feel better now. He go. The second dog he come. There's a dog here. She let me piss, just to leave a message from him. All right. And the dog he left his leg. Alhamdulillah, I'm pissing in the house of Allah. MashaAllah. Allahu Akbar. My piss is going to heaven right away. This is the most important house for Muslims in the world. I feel better now. I feel better. The third dog he come, is like big dog. Oh, wow. What the heck here is happening? There's a lot of small dogs pissing in the mosque of Allah. And me, myself, I'm not pissing. I'm going to flood the mosque. Do you know how much water I have? Let me wash it all. Boom. What the heck is that? During his lifetime? It's not like once, twice, like they say, like dogs celebrating the birthday of Prophet Muhammad, so they piss in that day only. No, during his lifetime. And this is Al-Bukhari. Unbelievable. I'm not too much like, dogs are cute. They can be good. I prefer like, guardian dogs, etc. if I have one ever. But I can't imagine how beautiful it is. I wish I have a camera at that time. Prophet of Allah is praying to Allah. The dog he passed by, he left his leg up, he pissed on Muhammad, or next to Muhammad, or in front of Muhammad, or behind Muhammad, or in the right side of Muhammad, you name it. And then Prophet of Allah, he finished Salah. And all the companion of the Prophet, they thank Allah for the fresh breathe coming from the dogs and the smell inside the mosque. How beautiful. Prophet Muhammad, he was very thankful for the urine. He was a urine man. There's people, they have a thing for something. So like Muhammad, he have a thing for urine. That's why he commanded the Muslim to drink the camel urine. And the funny is, Muhammad, he claimed that camel is made from shaitan. And yet he commanded the Muslims to drink the shit. Oh, sorry. Well, urine is a shit. It's just a form of shit. Of what he claimed, it is shaitan. Muhammad, he forbid the Muslims to pray in the location of camels. What does that mean? They are dirty. What does that mean? They are shaitan. Read it. Then how you eat it, Muslims? How he allow you to drink its urine and to eat its meat? If it's made from shaitan and you aren't even allowed to pray there. You see, he did not say don't pray in the location where the pigs stand. He said camels. Yet he command you to eat it and to drink its urine. And who is in the world going to believe that camels are made from shaitan? Why? Arabian beer? In Saudi Arabia, just to make money, from those food, they start selling them beer with zero alcohol. It tastes like literally, it tastes like urine. I mean, how in the world it's a beer and there's no alcohol in it? How it can be beer? I mean, how you can make alcohol drink without alcohol? If there's no alcohol, there's no beer. It's just to make, take their money. I saw with my own eyes in the display, it says halal shoes. Like, are you going to eat the shoes? I saw stickers on the sardine. Hey, Muslim sardine, it's a fish. You want to slaughter the sardine according to Allah? Halal sardine. Do you know that even they are selling halal condom? I mean, come on, you don't want to wear a condom made from the skin of pig. Haram, brother, haram. Having sex with women who they are not our wives is okay, but wearing condom from a pig is a problem. Oh boy. Yeah, and don't forget to buy halal cat food too. I mean, you don't want your cat to eat cockroaches, is not slaughter in the name of Allah. All is just a method to scam, people. Muhammad is the biggest scammer, and then the rest they follow. Muhammad die, we take over the business. Anyway, guys, did we have a good time? Did we learn good? I hope so. I wish you a happy new year. Today is the first day in the year. And remember, the new year is not about food, it's not about parties and firework and these stupid things. In fact, if you do those things like firework, you are just a fool. You are just wasting your money, burning your money. If you have extra money, give it to some child who have no clothes to wear. He cannot go to school somewhere in some countries. Support somebody somewhere, There's people they are badly in need. And when you are doing this firework, you are just burning money. You lose a blessing from God. You are losing blessing. You are not doing good. So New Year is not about those things. New Year is not about even food. New Year is about a new life with the Lord. So let us pray together that in the new year we will be new and reborn again. And we will be able to speak against false teachers. Doesn't matter who they are. They are the Pope, they are Protestant, they are Catholic, they are Orthodox. Doesn't matter. There's a lot of false teachers. Let us pray that we will stand against everyone teaching false and evil or somebody promoting false scriptures. Let us pray that we will be new in our behavior, in our act, in our target, in our mission. All of us, we commit sin. Me, myself, don't think I am better than you. But there is a huge difference between someone. He promotes sin. He lives for sin. He died for sin. He enjoys sin. And he don't want to change anything in his life. And someone he fight against it. Always remember one thing. Sin never make you happy. It never made me happy. It will never make you happy. And I believe you are smart enough to know that. If you experience sin, and I'm sure all of us we did, the first thing you notice that sin never ever make you happy. It might give you some entertainment for some time, but sooner or later you will notice that you got nothing from it except sadness. You will find out people who they are not following God, they suffer from massive depression. Very bad depression. Even though they go to party, even though they dance, even though they drink like crazy, still they are so depressed. Sin is your enemy. So try your best to live good, so one day you die good. For there is too many ways of death. There's people who die with their wickedness, and then sorrow will not help. And someone, he enjoy life, living with the Lord, I say to you, you enjoy life. You will have a better entertainment than sin. You will have a better joy within you and people around you. Way better than sin. Sin can be very tempting, very inviting. It's easy to do, but never make you happy. And you are smart. It's up to you to choose. Christian prophet? I'm not a Christian prophet, my friend. I'm not a prophet. What prophet? Don't give me names. I don't. What prophet? Don't fabricate names. Prophet? We do not need prophets. We have all what we need from Jesus. Who needed prophets? We have the disciple of Jesus, and after that, there's no need for any prophets. And there's many scumbags. They come to you, claim to be a prophet, just to suck you, take your money, and fool you. We do not need prophets. There's many false churches. They claim that they have a prophet. He's a liar. Remember, the Bible gives us the answer. Isn't it the Bible says anyone who give us other than this scripture? What does that mean? That means there's no more scriptures. Is that correct? Let anyone who give you other than these scriptures, let him be cursed. So if I come to you and I claim to be a prophet, what does that mean? I have to give you scriptures. Even if I claim that those scriptures in a line with the Bible, but still this is false scriptures. We have enough of those scammers. We do not need the prophets. The book and the prophecies are already written. We do not need those liars. All cult leaders, they seek position. So you call him prophet. Oh, prophet, it's prophet. Oh, prophet, And they sit in the front chair, and people, they praise him, and donation, and money, and nice house. You shall know them from their fruits. And if there is any of them who claim to be a prophet, the first thing you should do, even if he's a fraud, at least be smart prophet. Let us say smart scammer. Don't take money. If you want really people to make you think for a second, like to think about you for real, but you will notice all of them, they share one thing. They want sex, they want money, they want position, they want power, they want control. In America, if you go and read history, you will see how many false teachers, false prophets, they force people to commit suicide. Can you believe it? Many families been destroyed, like they told them in this day, like Jehovah's Witnesses, in this day, is going to be the judgment day and calculation, all the garbage. And then those poor people, they go and they sell their houses and they sell their, land, and they empty their bank account. That's it. The day of judgment tomorrow, And then the day come and nothing happened. We have enough of those liars. We are smarter. All right? So I say to you, peace of the Lord with you. I pray that the coming year will be a year of peace, even though I don't think so. Because the Lord, He promises that there's no peace for the wicked man. No peace for the wicked man. And the wicked man have to pay. And those criminals like Hamas and Islamic terrorism, they think they can do. Yes, they can do. But I assure you, you are going to pay heavily. Thank you all for being here. May the Lord bless you. And until I see you soon again, God is good. And I leave you with this beautiful prayer, which is a collection from the Old Testament. It's about that the Lord is good. The Lord is the source of my power, is the source of my wisdom, is the source of my victory. Thank you. God bless you, and see you soon again. This is your brother Christian Prince, who is serving you humbly for today. Take care.
للرب فإنه صالح هللويا فإن
وباسم الرب قهرتها. هاليلويا.
فإن إلى الأبد إلى الأبد رحمته. هاليلويا.
مؤونتي من عند الرب صانع السماء والأرض. هاليلويا.
فإن إلى الأبد إلى الأبد رحمته. هاليلويا.
باركي يا نفسي الرب ولا تنسي حسناته. هاليلويا.
فإن إلى الأبد إلى الأبد رحمته. هاليلويا.
هيأت أمامي مائدة تجاه من يحزنني. هاليلويا.
فإن إلى الأبد إلى الأبد رحمته. هاليلويا.
I will stop here. If you want to hear the same prayer, I have the previous video in my channel. You can go click there and you can download it and you can hear it. Thank you all for being here. May the Lord bless you. God is good, so is Jesus. Muhammad is bad, so the pagan god Allah. From their fruits you shall know them. Talk is cheap. Fruits, what count? And the fruits of Islam is so ugly and disgusting. And the fruit of Jesus is the best. It's the only true fruit. For this is the fruit of the Holy Lord. Peace I give to you. Peace I leave with you. Enjoy your year. Happy New Year. Take care.